Hey yo, it's Bryan here. Today, I'm going to be talking about the San Francisco 49ers in the game against the Seattle Seahawks this Sunday at CenturyLink Field, making predictions for it. So let's get into it now. I think we all know the tale of the tape for the 49ers. They lost to the Carolina Panthers 23-3. It was no fun to watch. Offensively, they were so challenged. It was just very bad to watch. Brian Hoyer was not that good, really. I mean, he had a fumble, threw an interception to Luke Kuechly. No fun. The receivers that were kind of okay. The running backs didn't get anything going. And the offensive line was really terrible protecting Brian Hoyer. So I'm not going to blame everything on Brian Hoyer, but I'm going to blame a lot of it on Brian Hoyer, so you guys know what I mean, pretty much. And defensively, they were kind of okay, but the problem is that they were on the field way too long. They couldn't really pressure Cam Newton too much. I think Cam Newton didn't even get sacked one time, so it was pretty disappointing to see. And Reuben Foster looked freaking amazing for the first part in the first quarter, but then he ended up getting injured and had to leave the game, and he's probably going to be out for a couple weeks due to an ankle sprain or something like that. It looks pretty bad. I think there was ligament damages, so that is not really good to hear for any player. Ligament damages, oh gosh, but hopefully he can heal up and get ready to play whenever he can play, whenever he's 100% healthy. That's when I want him back, is when he's 100% healthy, not when he's like 91% healthy, 90%, 99% healthy. I want him 100% healthy so we can see the best of Reuben Foster. But I don't know, I'm not a team doctor or anything, so that's up to them. But anyways, that's pretty much it about the San Francisco 49ers. Not a fun week for them on Sunday against the Carolina Panthers. Now to the Seattle Seahawks, they didn't have a fun week either. They lost to the Green Bay Packers, I think 19-7 or something like that. It wasn't a really good game for the Seattle Seahawks. They could have won the game. They really could have. I think they had a pick six, but then Cliff Averill decided to goof up the play and rough someone. I forgot what it was exactly. I've only watched the highlights. I didn't watch the game for that. I was busy with the 49ers and Panthers game. And offensive line, it was really terrible for Russell Wilson. Couldn't really protect him at all. They didn't really get anything going for him, just like the 49ers. And it was a bad night for the Seattle Seahawks as well against the Green Bay Packers. But we got to see what they do against the 49ers this week. And speaking of that, let's get into it. So predictions. Who am I going to go with this week? So both teams, I don't know. They're both coming off a loss against their respective teams, the Carolina Panthers and Green Bay Packers. And man, that's a pretty tough one, I guess I can say. I mean, it's at CenturyLink Field, so that gives Seattle a really big advantage. And I don't think the best team right now, but in my opinion, I think the 49ers are just a little bit worse just because, I mean, the 49ers, they just look really awful against the Carolina Panthers. I thought they were going to do a little bit better than I thought they would be, but I was totally wrong about that. I chose them to win the game against the Panthers. I was wrong about that, too. The fourth down conversions, oh, man. I mean, I credit Kyle Shanahan for trying to do something to believe in this team, but at the same time, couldn't really get anything going. They only successfully converted one fourth down, and the one for Carlos Hyde for a touchdown didn't really go as planned, and it was pretty bad, but hopefully they can rebound from that. I'm not sure if they can, but this is going to be a tough game against the Seattle Seahawks coming off a loss against the Green Bay Packers. So getting back to topic right now, I'm going to pick the Seattle Seahawks to win this game. Yes, I know Niner fans. I know you guys don't want to hear that. I know you guys wanted to see the Niners beat the Seattle Seahawks, but I don't think they can beat them after watching the game against the Carolina Panthers. I know it's a brand new week. I know we can't try to take too much of week one and then bring it over to week two, but I think I can because I'm really concerned about the 49ers, especially on offense. Brian Hoyer, not the biggest fan of his right now. Hopefully he can change my mind about that. Offensive line, they're not protecting Brian Hoyer as well. Defensively, I don't know. Maybe they can do some work just because the offensive line for the Seattle Seahawks is really terrible as well. Maybe they could generate some pressure. That might be the MVP for the 49ers if they end up upsetting the Seattle Seahawks big time. I think they're 12.5-point underdogs as of this video, so that's really, really big underdog for the 49ers. And if they can win this game against Seattle at Seattle, then that would be a really, really good start to the season. And we could pretty much ignore the Panthers game week one if they could beat the Seattle Seahawks week two. But I really don't see that happening. I think Seattle overall is a better team, and I think the 49ers overall is a worse team than the Seattle Seahawks. And I think they're going to rebound big time from their loss against the Green Bay Packers, to be honest with you. I really want to pick the 49ers to win this game. I really want the 49ers to win this game, but I just don't think they're capable of beating the Seattle Seahawks. I really don't. Not this year. Maybe next year. I don't know, but maybe their next meeting in like weeks and weeks to come. I don't know what week exactly, but it's just going to be a really tough one for the 49ers. And plus, it's at Seattle, as I said before, so they always have problems playing in Seattle ever since Jim Harbaugh got there. I think they only won one time under Jim Harbaugh in 2011 when Seattle was trying to find themselves, and then ever since 2012, they were never able to win a game at Seattle. So I think the streak's going to continue. Unfortunately, I really want the 49ers to do an upset big time against the Seattle Seahawks, but I just don't see that happening. And I think Russell Wilson, the offensive line, they're going to rebound. We'll see them, but I'm pretty sure the defense is going to do some work against the Seattle Seahawks offense because they're pretty anemic as well. Defensively, they look not that bad either. We'll see what they can do against the terrible 49ers offense, but I mean, if I had to compare, I just think the 49ers are just a little bit worse than the Seattle Seahawks, in my opinion, just overall from offense to defense. I think defensively, the Seattle Seahawks are better than the 49ers defense, and I think offensively, I think Seattle's just a little bit better than San Francisco. I wouldn't say that too much. They don't really have anything going on. They traded Tremaine Kearse to the New York Jets, and both teams look really, really similar, I would say, but I just think it's at Seattle. I think Seattle's looking for revenge big time for that loss against the Green Bay Packers, and they're going to take it out on the 49ers, unfortunately. So I'm sorry, Niner fans, Niner Nation. I don't know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me. I'm pretty sure you guys want to disagree with me. I want to disagree with my own pick too, but I just got to be real. I got to try to be as unbiased as I can, and I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to win this game. I think they're going to easily win this game, to be honest with you. I mean, if the Carolina Panthers can do it, then I'm pretty sure the Seattle Seahawks can do it, and Seattle Seahawks are actually Super Bowl contenders for this year, even though they lost to the Green Bay Packers. I know it's only week 1, but you never know. So if I had to pick a final score for me, it would be Seattle 28, San Francisco 7. I think it's going to be a big blowout, in my opinion. I think I'm really concerned about the 49ers offense. I don't think Brian Hoyer can get anything going, and if Brian Hoyer ends up throwing like 3 picks or something like that, then I would definitely love to start CJ Beathard. I know it's against a division opponent, but if Brian Hoyer can stink up the joint, doesn't do anything well for the 49ers, I think Kyle Shanahan should bench Brian Hoyer in favor of CJ Beathard. So I'm falling off the Brian Hoyer bandwagon real quickly. I know we share the same name, but I'm falling it off big time. So yeah, that's going to be pretty much it, you guys. Please let me know what you guys think about this game. Do you think the Seattle Seahawks are going to win this game? Do you think the Niners are going to win this game and pull an upset big time against the Seahawks at Seattle? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you guys like this, please like, subscribe, do whatever you want with this, and I'll catch you guys up later. So I hope you guys have a nice day. I'll try to catch you guys up tomorrow when I do an in-depth video on the Seattle Seahawks even more. So see y'all then. Bye, guys.